Hey YouTube. So today I think I'll be assembling my bolt bend thing that I've been making. We've got the sides made. I've got all those pocket hole drilled, which I think is awesome. Basically it's just pretty self-explanatory. Gonna sit up here, something like that. I've got it measured out where it needs to be. Got a top that we've got cut all ready for it. And of course that's pocket hole screwed too, and we'll glue that down. I'm gonna finish drawing my lines out where my sides need to go. I'm drawing those lines out so I can put construction adhesive glue down basically, so I know where it's at, doesn't squeeze out. So that's the main thing I'm going to be doing right now, is be putting this thing together. I have to set this up a little bit better. I'm going to be using these to square up my 90s to make sure my sides are 90 degrees to my back, or my back is 90 degrees to my side, however you want to say it. I'll be using those, but how that works is there's a little hook that hooks into here, and then this piece hooks to the board, and then you tighten it up. Well, with that said, I mean, I could do it this way, I suppose. It would probably work this way also, but I like doing the inside corners. It seems like that works better than the outside corners. So that's what I'll end up doing, is on the inside corners. But you just put this in here, you know, you got to slide it down to where it touches, and then boom, that's in place. And then you set your next piece up, and again, normally I do it on the inside corners. Should have flush down here. And then you would move this out to there, and that should give you 90 degrees right there. And what I'll do is I'll take my speed square and I'll double check all of that, but we should be pretty good. Never done it outside to outside, so we may try that today. They just zing that down, that slides, and of course that's going to be in the way. I know that was going to happen. Good grief. Need to drink some more, I guess. And I'll do that in all four corners. Get my speed square out here. That's wrong. I'll just push it in something like that. I'm probably not 100% flush on the outside here, which I'm not. You can see that. And this board has a bow to it, so I'm gonna have to still go along here. I'll put that in where it needs to go, and then I'll screw it, and we'll just go from there. So let me get this all set up, and I will be back. All right, so I kind of figured out how I'm gonna attach these. I'm gonna go ahead and attach those to the inside like I was saying, but I'm just gonna end up doing one side at a time. I want to do both sides at once, but that's not gonna happen. So what we're gonna do is put this up here, and then I'm gonna pocket screw it in a couple places, and then we'll do the other side. So I'm gonna grab that. Nope. That's pretty close. That'll work right there, I think. So let's do the front one. That's nice with that construction adhesive too, because it's kind of, we've never used it. Wood glue I usually use on most things, but sometimes I like to use construction adhesive because it's sticky. It'll help grab. Hence why they call that power grabber. Give me this. Huh. Sell that for $1. So now we're going to grab a handful of pocket screws, and I'll have you come down here. We're going to do this one first. And with particle board, you don't want to get too crazy with it because it'll blow on through. Push that until it's flush if you can. Maybe not, huh? Need to have a little persuasion. Give that bad boy a few cranks. Oh. Give her half more. Okay, undo it. Slide it down. It's right there.
Oh, it's right there.
Yep. Screw it again. Okay. Okay, slide it on down. Okay, right there.
More?
Yep, give it another one. There. Okay. Ooh, this one here we got to push out now when we get. Yeah, we can push that out. Let me put a couple of screws in here. So basically, that's what we're going to have to do. Again, OSB. This OSB has got a bow to it, so you got to give it a little, what I call a little persuasion. So that's what we're going to end up doing on both sides. All right, so here it is. Here's the box. Move this back a little bit more, maybe. Anyways, so you can see it's 4 foot tall. I'm kind of cutting the top off here, but you get the gist of it. So now, what I'm going to be working on, I'm going to be working on a couple of things here. I am going to be cutting out, I've got a router jig set up over here. So if you can see that, basically what it's going to be is I've got a template under here, and I'm just going to run my router along that template, and I'm going to cut out a couple of areas that where the handle would be. There's not going to be a handle on there, but that way I can grab through it. So I'm going to do that with those pieces, and then of course those pieces are going to sit, you know, in here like this. However, you know, whatever height that deal is, they'll sit in there like that, and so I've got to make blocks for them to go on. But before I get into any of that, I want to try to get, as you can see, my boat is sitting right there, which my miter saw is on the other side of that boat. So when I am done with the table saw, I got to use my miter saw. But on the table saw here, you can see this piece of beautiful old aged wood. What we are going to do with that is we are going to make a trim panels out of it. So we're going to trim them down to about 1.5 inches, I suppose, is what I figured. That's what I'm going to go with. And then I'll cut them to length. Of course, they'll be on there. I'll cut them to length, and we'll go from there. Looking at this, I got to go find some longer ones. I don't think these are quite 4 foot. Oh yeah, they're 4 foot. They just don't look like it. So I'll cut down, and then I'm going to use this stuff for paneling on the side, so it just doesn't look like shitty OSB. I'm going to use this, and this has been ripped down. I had some 1x4s that I ripped down that I used on another project, and I kept them skins because I thought, oh, that'll work good on something. Well, fuck, I'm going to put it on here, and we'll see how that works. It may look like shit. It might look all right, but for right now, the rest of the afternoon, I'm going to be cutting these down and routering those out. And then I will move my garage around once again, move the boat over, and cut on the miter saw, cut everything that I need to length. The wedges, these, trim, all that stuff. So I will do that. I don't need to take videos of me cutting stuff. I mean, I guess if you guys want to see me videos of cutting shit, but everybody does that. I'm trying to do something a little bit different, but we're going to cut these boards down right now. Rearrange, router, rearrange, and then we're going to use the miter saw. Talk to you later. All right, I think you should be able to see that. You can see there's my little cleat, or whatever the hell you want to call it, little shelf. I don't know what you want to call it. I'm going to call it a thingy. You can see I routed it. Had to router it because, again, earlier I was telling you I have 2 different type of cases. Cutting my fucking head off there. I've got 2 different type of cases, and the Stanleys are just a tad wider than the ones from Harbor Freight. So, in order to not have a bunch of room with the Harbor Freight ones, earlier I said I wasn't sure what happened, but I remember that Harbor Freight ones aren't as wide. They don't have a lip like the Stanley ones do. So I just got my router table out, routered me a little lip here. Show you the router table. There's my router table. Nothing fancy, just a Cobalt, little inexpensive one. Works pretty good. That table that's right there, I built 3 of these, and they swing so I can have a tool on each one. In a shop this size, I can move that around. It doesn't have to be in a designated spot. So that makes that kind of nice. So I don't have to have a designated spot for all those tools. Like I said, I got 3 of them. I got one for my router table, and then like a little jigsaw Rockwell saw thing, one for my planer and sander, and then I got one that's just strictly designated to my benchtop Wien drill press, and of course that one doesn't rotate. The other 2 do rotate. That one has the possibility to rotate, but right now my drill press is on it, so I don't need it to rotate. So anyways, we're not talking about that, but we're gonna put these boards in. So let me trim the tunes down a little bit. Where the hell did everybody go here? So, oh, there it is. Let me turn the tunes down a little bit. So basically, again, what we're going to do is just run some glue on here. Have a drink of beer first. All right, so sometimes I spread it out, sometimes I don't. I'll take my popsicle stick here, spread it a little bit. Some guys use squeegees, some guys use their finger. I don't know. I haven't figured out if spreading it out is better or not. I guess maybe some of you guys wanted to comment and tell me if spreading it is better. I know it gets the whole surface, but Is it really as thick? I don't know. Because you want glue to ooze out. That's when you know you have a good glue adhesion or whatever you want to call it. So we're going to put a little more on there. Alright, so just take this, dust it off, put it in place, grab my brad nailer, and I decided to go with 1.5 inch brad nails. We'll see how that does. Might be alright. I see something that I gotta do because this is gonna piss me off. Fuck you. Voila, just like that. Then again, I'm building this all out of scrap wood that I had laying around. So it's a combination of MDF board, OSB, and whatever the hell else I had. In fact, I've got some OSB board that I got from my sister. That was some trim board we're going to use in here. Pretty much stapled and brad nailed everything except the back wall. Pocket screwed the sides, the back wall, top and bottom, pocket screwed all that. And then also on the back wall, I ran screws from the back wall into the side wall. Probably didn't need to, but a little extra never hurts anything. So basically I'm going to do is I'm going to continue doing this here all the way to the top. All the way to the top. And so once that's done, I'll come back and show you the results of that, and then I'll show you how I'm going to attach that, and what we're going to do with the sides to finish it off. I know it's just a fucking box, but I have a cool idea what I want to do. So until next time.